Hello friends, this is Tom again from ARTF Construction. This time I'm doing something totally different than what I usually post, constructing things. This time is about installing a mini split system in my garage. I have about 500 square feet and in North Jersey it gets really cold. And my kids tend to like to use the garage. I like to use the garage too if I have a project or something, I want to build something, So I found this system by Cooper and Hunter, mini split 18,000 BTU with the hyperheat. Hyperheat means you can use it even when it's like minus 22 degrees. So the heat will never stop. AC is not a problem. You can use it even if it gets to 100 degrees, it will help. But in the winter here, it gets minus 10 or something. You cannot use a regular one. You make sure you buy a minus 22 degrees. And it's a little bit more money, but it's worth every penny because you don't want to be in a garage in the middle of the winter trying to do something and you're freezing to death. So just a recommendation. When you want to buy one of these things and you live in a northeast area, you have to buy a minus 22 system called hyperheat. So I already, as you see here, I installed the bracket to mount the indoor piece is this one right here. And then you see that hole right there in the wall? That's what I'm gonna run my line set to the condenser outdoor. I'm comfortable enough to do this. I'm not a certified tech, HVAC tech, and I'm not an electrician or licensee neither. So this is, you take your own risk. But I'm comfortable enough to do this, but I believe if somebody's handy can do something like this. And what you could do is you can do the install of these things and make sure you call an electrician to run the line for you, a 220 line. It's very important. And I don't recommend to touch that if you don't know nothing about electricity. You are on your own risk again. So this is what I've done today. I already put the plate on the wall. It's ready for, I gotta run the wires. Then I'll send them outside of my house. And then I have to work on the bracket to support the condenser. And I'll show you step by step. Every time I will post a different video. Thank you for watching. Good morning, YouTube. This is Tom again. This is the second part of the install of Cooper and Hunter mini split system, 18,000 BTU. It's called Sophia Hyperheat. So now I am in the part where I'm gonna install the communication cable. This is what the communication cable looks like. It's the black one. But before you do that, you have to put it in a ultra tight jacket so you can send it outside. And it it covers it, it prevents it from the element and everything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the cable from here to come out into this box, and they should be numbered. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's very simple. You just follow the color code, and same thing on the outside on the condenser. So now after I do this thing, put in the cable, install the cable in here in the air handler, I'm going to mount it on the bracket right there on the top. And you see the hole that has a I made a 2.5 inch hole where you put a PVC pipe on an incline so the condensate water can go down. You don't want it to stay still. And then it exits the building, the house, whatever you're installing it. So after I install the cable, I'm going to I'll show you here. I have to pull, this is the line set connection. I have to pull it down this way straight and attach the cable with it and wrap it in electrical wire and shove it in the hole and install the air handler. And then everything else now will be on the outside. We have to do the disconnect box and run the wire, 240 volt wire from the box. I will keep you posted on the next part of the video when I do the install. Thank you. Hello, it's Tom again. This is after installing the communication wire right here. It's all connected. And I had a surprise visit from the electrical engineer right here. He's inspecting my work. So now I'm ready to make a hole on the outside of the house, and I'm going to turn this straight this way so I can shove everything through the hole. I'll show you more pictures. Thank you. Hey YouTube, this is Tom again. I installed the air handler from the inside of the garage. It's already mounted, and I have run the electric line. I'll show you, and I put in the conduit. It's right here. So this is going outside of the garage. We run it through all around the garage in the conduit, and all the way to the electric panel. I had to add a sub panel just to be able to support this power. It's a 600 volt cable, 10-3. And I'll go outside and show you what I have done. Good morning YouTube, this is Tom again. And now I'm in the process of connecting the condenser to the disconnect box and to the communication cable. This is the disconnect box, and you see the wire, the 240 volt is coming into the disconnect box from the panel. And this here, this is the communication cable. This communicates with the air handler inside the garage. And you just gotta follow the diagrams. See, these 3 wires here is for the communication cable, and this is for power from here to the disconnect box. Just follow the diagram. You have it right here, see, and it specifies what needs to be done. You know, very easy. It's not a big deal. Thank you, and I will post more videos when I'm doing the line set. I have to connect it to here, and then I have to vacuum the system. Then we can release the refrigerant 410 into the system, and then that's it, and turn power on, and we'll have a working system. Thank you for watching. Hey YouTube, this is Tom. I installed the line set. I connected it right here, and now I had to shorten the line set before cutting it and flaring the ends, because the manufacturer recommend at least to have 10 feet so you can have a very efficient system, especially for the heat. So I coiled up the line a little bit to the back, it's not bad, about 2 feet, you know. And this is the other piece that I cut, because its set comes like 16 feet, you know. So that's a leftover, which I'm not gonna use. Make sure if you're installing the same system to read the manual, what the company recommend, you know, this way. This is Cooper and Hunter, you know, hyperheat system. So now, as you see here, I cut the copper, and I flare up the end of it so it goes in smooth. I installed the small wire, the 1/4 inch, and this is 1/2 inch. And this is the tool that you're going to need It comes in two pieces. This is the other piece that goes inside. It's an excellent tool for this situation. It's not hard to do. I've never done this before, you know. I've never installed, a mini split or cut copper like this. This is very small. You know, I've cut, for plumbing, 1/2 inch, but I never done anything like this or flare up either. So this is what the flare tip looks like. It's not that hard to do. So I'm in the process now of connecting the pipes, and then I'm going to vacuum the line, and then I can release the refrigerant 410. I'll keep you posted with the next video after I do that, and all while I'm vacuuming the system. Thank you for watching. Hello, I'm back again. This is Tom. So as you see, I connected the line set, and I start the process of vacuuming the line. And you gotta time it for about 15 to 20 minutes. That's recommended. And after we finish vacuuming the line, we're gonna shut everything down, shut the pump down, this little pump right here, and close your blue gauge, this one right here, and we watch for the we don't want it to move, the needle to move from 30, but that's after 15 to 20 minutes. All right. Thank you. Hey YouTube, this is Tom. I'm back again after I vacuumed the line set for about 30 minutes. I closed the pump, I shut off the manifold, and I waited 1 hour and 15 minutes to make sure there is no air escaping. And now my gauge, it's -30, and thank God did not budge. So that's good, means you have no leak. So now I'm going to release the refrigerant line, so I can have the 410 refrigerant running in the tubes. Then you can start your unit. Thank you. Hey YouTube, good morning. This is Tom again. I finally installed everything. The unit is up and running. You barely hear it. I love this Cooper and Hunter's mini split system. This is the line set cover. I just finished it right now. It looks nice and clean. Everything looks beautiful. I'm very pleased, and it's really working nicely, beautiful inside. I'll show you the unit working. The air handler throwing hot air. So I'm using it for heat now. Very warm, beautiful, and you barely hear it. That's what I like about it, And this unit happened to be very high efficiency unit. It's the hyper heat, not the regular one. So this concludes the installation of Hunter and Cooper mini split system. I really recommend them highly. Very nice systems. I have nothing to do with the company. I'm not endorsed or anything. I just bought it for my own personal use, for my garage. It's about 500 square feet, and it says 12,000 BTU is good enough, but I opted to go higher to 18,000 BTU, so you don't overwork the system, and you have plenty. So when it's hot, you have plenty of cooling capacity, and when it's cold, even -10, this unit's still gonna work. The regular ones, they will not work. Once it goes below, like 20 degrees, 25, that's it. It's not gonna work. You really have to get the hyperheat system. That's the only thing works. And that's what they use in Canada, by the way. Thank you.